The first time I met the alien girl, she smiled at me like she already knew how the story would end. That should have worried me more than it did. The station concourse buzzed with 100 species moving through overlapping lanes of artificial gravity. The Galactic Exchange Hub, Station Kepri, was neutral ground, where empires negotiated, traders bartered, and diplomats pretended they trusted one another. Humans were still relatively new here. Curious. Watched. Judged. I was just an engineer. Not a soldier. Not a diplomat. Just a systems specialist sent to babysit a human trade relay that barely worked half the time. I was standing at a nutrient dispenser, arguing with it in 3 different languages, when I felt someone watching me. I turned. She stood out immediately, not because she was loud or imposing, but because she was still. Her species was humanoid, but refined in a way that felt deliberate. Pale blue skin traced with faint silver lines that pulsed like constellations. Long dark hair fell down her back, braided with small crystalline nodes. Her eyes were gold, unnervingly bright, and fixed directly on me. And she was smiling. Not the polite diplomatic curve most aliens practiced. Not the predatory grin of mercantile species. A genuine smile. "Can I help you?" I asked, gesturing vaguely at the malfunctioning dispenser. She tilted her head. "I was hoping you might help me." Her voice was melodic, accented but fluent in standard trade. There was curiosity in her tone. And something else. Assessment. "I'm kinda busy," I said. "And unless your species runs on recycled caffeine—" "I know who you are, Aaron Cole," she interrupted gently. "That got my attention. You repaired the Tharsis array after the solar surge. You rewired a Concorde relay without schematics. And you refused a military commission from your own species." My stomach tightened. "Who are you?" She stepped closer, hands clasped behind her back. "My name is Leary," she said, "and I have an offer for you." We sat in a quiet observation alcove overlooking the station's starboard docks. Cargo ships drifted like metal leviathans against the stars. I kept my distance. She didn't seem to mind. "I don't do politics," I said flatly. "That is precisely why I chose you," Leary replied. She explained that she was not a diplomat, nor royalty, though the way others avoided her suggested influence. She belonged to the Aurelian Compact, one of the oldest alliances in known space. Ancient, powerful, and deeply cautious of humanity. "We are uncertain about your species," she admitted. "You advance too quickly. You adapt too well. And you do not behave as probability predicts." "Yeah," I said. "We get that a lot." She smiled again. "Our analysts expected conquest or submission," she continued. "Instead, you negotiate. You improvise. You help rivals survive disasters that benefit you strategically." "Sometimes we just don't like watching people die," I said. "That," she said softly, "is the anomaly." I folded my arms. "So, what's the offer?" She leaned forward slightly, lowering her voice. "I want you to help me prove that humanity is not a threat but an asset." I laughed. "You picked the wrong guy. I fix machines." "And machines listen to you," she said. "More importantly, people do." I opened my mouth to argue. She raised a hand. "There is a summit approaching," Leary said. "A closed council. Humanity is not invited. The decision will be made whether to restrict your expansion or preemptively neutralize it." That wiped the smile off my face. "Neutralize how?" I asked. She met my gaze. "Culturally, economically, or militarily?" I swallowed. "And you want me to do what?" I asked. She smiled again. "I want you to show us how humans solve impossible problems," she said. "From the inside." The middle of the story was chaos. Leary pulled strings I didn't know existed. One moment I was patching a relay, the next I was standing in briefing rooms with beings that could crush worlds with a vote. I wasn't there as a representative, more like an exhibit. This is a human engineer, Leary would say. Observe. They tested me. They gave me broken systems from alien ships, technology centuries ahead of ours. No schematics. No translators. Just failure and expectation. And I did what humans always do. I poked at it. I broke things. I rewired alien logic through human intuition. I used duct tape equivalents and jury-rigged solutions that made their scientists recoil in horror. And then it worked. Every time. Your methods are inefficient, one observer said. Yeah, I replied. But they get results. They gave me ethical problems too. Resource shortages. Refugee crises. Conflicting priorities where logic demanded sacrifice. I didn't always choose cleanly. I chose compassion. I chose adaptability. I chose to let people argue, fail, and try again. The council didn't like that, but they couldn't ignore the outcomes. And through it all, Leary watched. We talked late into artificial nights. She asked about Earth, about our wars, our art, our mistakes. I told her the truth. That we were flawed. That we stumbled forward. That we built hope out of broken pieces. One night, she asked me something unexpected. Why didn't you take the military commission? She asked. I shrugged. I don't like being told who to protect. She considered that. Yet you protect anyway. Because I choose to, I said. That seemed to matter to her more than any demonstration. The breaking point came at the summit. The compact revealed its decision framework. Humanity would be classified as a volatile emergent species. Restricted. Contained. Monitored. I wasn't supposed to speak. I did anyway. You're afraid of us, I said to the assembled council. Not because we're strong, but because we don't fit your models. Silence. We don't have ancient wisdom, I continued. We don't have perfect logic. What we have is stubborn hope. When something doesn't work, we don't give up. We try something stupid until it does. Some of them bristled. So don't cage us, I said. Work with us. Let us fail where it's safe. Let us help where it's needed. You'll find we're better allies than enemies. The council adjourned without response. I thought I had failed. The ending came quietly. Leary met me again at the observation deck, where we first spoke. They accepted a revised outcome, she said. I exhaled. Restricted expansion? She shook her head. Conditional partnership. I blinked. That's good, right? It is unprecedented, she said. And controversial. Figures, I said. She turned to face me fully. There is one more thing, she said. My offer. I frowned. I thought that was. I offered you a role, she said. I did not explain the cost. I waited. I am being reassigned, she said, to oversee human integration. Permanently. Congratulations. I said uncertainly. She smiled, but this time there was vulnerability in it. I would like you to come with me, she said. Not as an employee, not as a subject, but as a partner. I stared at her. You're asking me to leave Earth? Yes. To represent humanity? To challenge us, she corrected. The way you always do. I thought of home, of gravity that felt right, of skies I knew, and of a galaxy that suddenly felt smaller. When do we leave? I asked. Her smile widened. Soon, she said. Very soon. As the stars shifted beyond the glass, I realized something. Humanity didn't win because we were strongest. We won because when an alien girl smiled and made us an offer, we didn't conquer her world. We changed it together.